O Mother Sentient Beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and nations, may the experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and safely establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Dala Damvarazibe Nubarazibe Ge Darbadan Domje Jebe Barde Jubaraziba Domje Jezozebe Mananga Danyambe Zimje Domje Dewa Dandi Donghara Dangder Nyurde Lana Meba Yanda Barazobe Zanjo Rumboje Do Baraza. Thus, under achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the Mandalas or Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas and Dhakinis and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Under I attain the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas ambassador enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path. I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete this stage of the path. And the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent. I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of Jnana Rasta and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all beings. May all Mother Sentient Beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas and the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathangata state, those who are reaching it present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samanta Buddha's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiply in my body as many times as they are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas in their atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, all space is filled with the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offering of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting like indifferent ground incense. I make offerings to them of fine garments and the perfume and the proper for the high as Mumeru and orange in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with a great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samanthabhara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of great Bodhisattvas and the Pakika Buddhas, those who have entered the Aharasha, those who have entered the path of Aharasha, and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma as the light discipline the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to the enlightened state. I supplicate those Buddhas intend to pass into Nirvana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spring mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness as a Buddha fares. To the lamas who possess the Tirikayas, I offer the altar in order the sacred offerings. With my body, worth, and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of our sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rena Mandala Bunza Manga Samanda Savarana Samaye Ahong. I call refuge, O knowing of the world. Your firm provides the truth of the words. You are the way toward Yadara. We do adopt aboard the faith of Father Jiti Songo. Continue laughing with no one but you. Compassion one grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness of surrounded by my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to this possession, the likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of true words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has a compassion for beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech. He wears the wisdom silver to guard the settling of suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. And the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of our knowledge. I supplicate you, Majesty, adorned by the 112 Son of Buddha, to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Arabazana Deon, 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 Arabazana Arabazana de Arabazana de Arabazana de Arabazana de Arabazana de On Wange Shoramo, Wange Shoramo, Wange Shoramo, Wange Shoramo, Wange Shoramo, No Wange Shoramo, 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 Wange Shoramo. Wange Shoramo, you who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praised to Manjushiri. Yone Kelen Changwai Bo Yi Xie Zhong Me Rab Den Bar Jiden De Mo Men Zar Wan Jiang Bar Yang La Zan Zer Du Tang Ge Du Ye Sha Ye Rei Zhen Zhong Yin Je Me De De Je Bong Jiang Ba Zer Je Len Bo Ta Ver Je Bek Shaje Jarbe Shalai Zorwande Torjen Janjen Delo Naro Marwa Malai Jije Gambo Pomo Juba Jarwan Digong Bega Lama Namlai Zorwande Rome Jije Yenje Borane Som Sanje Genje Ngo Nye Ransam Jiga Ngo Song Dong Ze Sawe Lame Yala Zorwande. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so now we go to Vajrasattva sadhana. First, we practice this wish fulfilling giver. Yesterday I did the transmission, starting from beginning. Then we enter the mantra, taking refuge. Namo. From now until I attain the essence of awakening, I take refuge in the severing of all lineages and oceanic mandalas, the Guru Vajrasattva, with confident faith and devotion. Tibetan. The Nezanjo Nimbu Bor Raitan Jinkor Jamzida Lama Dorje Sambala Yichi Debe Jabzanje. One more. The Nezanjo Nimbu Bor Raitan Jinkor Jamzida Lama Dorje Sambala Yichi Debe Jabzanje. Next rest. Generating bodhicitta. I shall perceive physical, verbally, and mentally, and never depart from the path to awakening, so as to bring everyone through all the reach of space to the relief in the stable bliss of enlightenment. Tibetan Kanyam Drowan Tadai Dende Sala Woyong Ser Linga Yeje Zumba Sancho Lamdan Dharmaza Kanyam Drowan Tadai Dende Sala Woyong Ser Linga Yeje Zumba Sancho Lamdan Dharmaza. Visualization. In front of me, images, organic clouds of offerings. Is a throne of white lotus and moon cushion, upon which is Vajrasattva, embodiment of all Buddha lineages. Is brilliantly white with the glow of the full moon. He has one face and holds a bear and Vajra in his two hands, and is seated cross-legged in the fourth Sambhonakaya or trial. The leg rest of his wisdom radiates throughout the 10 directions. All of these efforts vividly and clearly in my mind. Jima, Guru Vajrasattva, please recall your promise. Think of me as poor, watch beings, and hold us in your compassion. Throughout the beginningless time until now, we have committed the misdeeds and transgressions physically, verbally, and mentally. Releasing this, we feel us regretful and sorrowful, as if we had ingested poison. We openly admit and confess these deeds before you. In future, even at the cost of our lives, we will not waste this opportunity by repeating them. Look lovingly upon us and grant us relief with your tender embrace for us and all sentient beings. Purify all impairments and the breach of Samaya, and let us accomplish all karma and the supreme attainments right now, this very instant. So now we go back to Tibetan. Actual sadhana. I randen chuden jamzewe pekar dave denden te rinde parden dorje sem Kasar dawai jebendang sharche sanye dodre nam longe jezoi jezhong yo yishi wazor sojur tro dangwe yingo lamer sar jema lamai dorje sem ngenje tamja nirgong ne 다소 냥다이 셈제 남 투지 지선 zembarzu Tome dene tabard Lenga yeje dik dong nam Chetar kongde do song dar Nunju chakrin tor yen sha Singje zola pab jor jang Mewe lenan me jena Zombe jinje zeng zu la Jamni sage wo yong sor Dadan semjen tam je je tam ze nyam cha gen da jeng chodan tim mong ro gen dadan ye den re baran zu om ben zar za do om ben zar za do Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benzer 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 Sato Hong 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 Om Benzer Sato Hong. So you can chant the Vajrasattva mantra. Om Benzer Sato Hong. Om Benzer Sato Hong. So here, the next page actually here talk about after dedication there is Om. May all that appears be purified as an endowment of Kaya, the deity's form. May all songs perfected as a mantra, the deity's speech. May all memorize and the thoughts and nature within deity's wisdom mind. So that here is this sadhana used for the auspicious, excellent, and splendid deed. But this one, we have when we have to chant the mantra, so we have to meditate or cultivate this part. Actually, first chant this prayer and then read, cultivate, and go to mantra. So that's all the generation stage Yidam deity practice. Generally, this is for the mantra, when we chant the reciting practice Yidam deity, and followed by these three, or seeing forms, Buddha's form, or hearing songs, mantra, or thoughts is deity's wisdom mind. So then chant the mantra. So when we chant the mantra, yesterday I shared, Vajrasattva, we talk about all this visualize Vajrasattva in Krong, following the nectar to our body. That is another way meditate. So this is actually, this one is a more deeper level. kind of for who has generation stage like meditation, someone who has already used to the practice generation stage. And then we have to apply this meditation. So whatever we see in all forms, visualize Vajrasattva's form body, that is form. So then this all impure perception is transformed to the Yadam deity's form body. So the point is when we practice this Yadam deity, impure seeing form, impure hearing song, impure thoughts, all is transformed. So that's why when we practice Yadam deity, you have to really put effort, focusing. Of course, every practice we need to put a focus, but just sometimes when we chant the mantra, then people just chant the mantra song, but their mind got everywhere, fingers tapping all the text messages, So when you tap the text messages, you already follow the thoughts. So then that thought is not only your thoughts. If you put in this chaturanga, it's everyone you bring the thoughts. So that is called actually someone destroy samadhi. You put chart. If you don't need to do, like your thoughts put in there, everyone follow that. So that means everyone lost samadhi. So no, you destroy them all these practitioners samadhi. So that's why, when we chant the Dripchin practice, they're very wrathful, it's a performance. So that performance talk about who destroy the other practitioners samadhi. That, the Vajraklaya or Yamintaka, like effort to destroy. So then that's become object of us already. So that's why very careful when you practicing time, sending your thoughts. If you really need to know something you lost, so you can send it to individually, and it's we have a Zoom organizers. You can send it directly to them. So otherwise, it's everyone follow their thoughts. Sometimes it's computer is better using a little bit better than phone. When I use phone, other things like each message is effort to in there, so I cannot focus anything then. So that's why very careful sending text messages. If you have to do and you send it to not in the Zoom, you send it to somewhere else. Then you just somewhere else. Maybe you wanted to follow the thoughts. You just someone know meditation in there. Maybe you can communicate them. So if you send it to in this Zoom, then you just, I told you, it's like disturbing all the samadhis. Very careful. So now here, that's why when we chant this mantra, we have to think about all the seeing form is Vajrasattva's form, but sometimes that maintaining focus is very hard. That's why we use these images, Thanga and the statue, images, and you can log to that. So just feel connected very strongly with that, and no any doubt, like, recognize that it's Vajrasattva in with you. So long as you have devotion, and then that object is already Vajrasattva. If we don't have enough devotion, then doesn't matter which kind of object bring in front of us. So we talk about something very special object. Very special object. Example, like in Buddha Shakyamuni statue in Lhasa Chokhan temple. So it's you are in front of them, or that statue is bring to in front of you. You don't have any connections. So without a devotion, that's why special object or not is depending our devotion. Yeah. So long as you have any image, that is a support object. As long as you have devotion, that is Buddha. Because Buddha's blessing is how to say pervasive and indestructible. So the long as you have devotion, the object is become pure Buddha there. So Buddha is everywhere, you know, like long as you have devotion. So that's why in this we appear the purify as on a domain of scar, the deity's form. So all forms transform. Buddha's form is hard, but as long as you have a support and focus that, so that's really help you. You know, that means like that time your mind is already be with connect with all the form is Buddha's form. You need image support. Then may all songs perfect as mantra at the deity's speech. So whatever we hear the song is visualize the mantra. So if you can follow, you know, when chant the song, whatever you hear, the song also kind of like you feeling the chanting of mantra. It's very good one if you are used to. So I cannot say I'm used to, you know, I know someone already used to the like the listening songs because each song they followed by the mantra. So some like when you hear the songs, then they say on ah hong followed by on ah hong the song, and some on mani padme hong, some just whatever you practice yidam data, you can each or this song is exactly you can transform to the mantras. So that's also possible. Sounds perfect as a mantra, the deity's speech. So this helps, you know, like in pure form is transform pure Buddha's form. In pure speech, transform to mantra is then not creating and the karmic imprints in pure perceptions. So become create like deity's form and speech is enlightening, you know, form by the enlightening speech we create and quality. Then may all memorize and the thoughts and nature within the deity's wisdom mind. So now you have this Garuda's teaching. Of course, not only Garuda teaching, we have so many other teachings we already share. So apply that practice. So then all thoughts, nature within the deity's wisdom mind. So when you chant the mantra, this deepest level is you are into the nature mind and the nature states. Then you chant the mantra. So that mantra is the highest level, you know, accomplishments mantra practice. So other is see, or is still using support. So this last one, you are into your own nature state. It's called accomplishment stage. And then that time you really into you are Buddha, no any other like ultra level we transform anything. Just you really into yourself is Buddha. So when we chant the mantra, if you meditate into nature, Rigpa and the nature mind, so no draw lastic, then chant the mantra. So that mantra is called the wisdom, deity's wisdom mind. So that's all the negative, you know, impure, dualistic conceptual thoughts is transformed to the Dharmakayas. All thoughts is transformed to Dharmakaya. Impure thoughts is transformed to the Dharmakaya. So that part is actually, we already talked so much in this Mahamudra and the Dzogchen teachings. So we have to apply that method in here. So now here the point is when we chant the mantra, impure perception transformed to the Buddha's form, or impure speech, mundane speech, or is transformed to the enlightened speech. then all the thoughts is transformed to the Dharmakaya. So then that is the like become, we create our enlightened body, enlightened speech, enlightened mind. So truly we are Buddha, but due to our obstacles, body's obscuration, speech obscuration, mind obscurations, so then we are become ordinary being. So now we using this method. It's very powerful, and directly our body, speech, mind, impure, mundane is transforming to the Buddha. So we create enlightening form, body, enlightening speech, enlightening mind. This is this practice. When we chant the mantra, purpose is not only just you chanting, like not any focusing, visualize. Then that practice is not that much strong power, but it's a virtuous deed. But that practice cannot take to the enlightenment. So some, like when you chant the mantra, not really mindful, that has good virtuous deeds that take you as reborn, maybe higher realms too. It creates some good karma, but not cannot be the causes of enlightenment. So causes of enlightenment is in this, three samadhi. Body is transformed to Buddhas. Speech is transformed to enlightened speech. Mind is transformed to the enlightened mind. So then that is no causes of samsara higher realms. So it's taken to enlightenment. That three, when we chant this mantra, we have to use Om Vajrasattva Hom. And then here today, we're going to do another extra is conscious preliminaries. So this is also preliminary practice too. Vajrasattva is usually required the preliminary practice. Each lineage has preliminary practice, but all this lineage has Vajrasattva. Then these teachers just create a little different ways, explain or recognize or meditate in Vajrasattva. Little different method, but point is the same. So then, of course, have a lineage also difference, lineage connections. So now we chant this one. Namo Guru is we already told yesterday is homage to Guru. Namo Guru. The freedom and the advantages are hard to find, and death comes quickly. So it's talk about four thoughts here. Action have their effects, and the samsara is the terrors. On this I shall reflect. So this first two sentences is talk about four thoughts meditation. The freedom and the advantages are hard to find. We have to cultivate that. Precious human body is very, very hard to find. So precious human body, then especially connect with the spiritual, is very, very hard to find. So we have to recognize we are lucky because we are connected with the spiritual, and we have all these opportunities. Even we are reborn human beings, we know like many human beings that don't have any connect with this spiritual. If they have spiritual connections, but so many different levels in this religions systems. So then, especially in this talk about Vajrayana teaching, spiritual connection, it's very, very hard to get. So that's why we have to recognize and cultivate how we have this opportunity. even very hard, difficult to get, but we got. So that cultivate really help you remove your actually suffering and sadness, because some reasons due to like small problems, due to that we are and no happy, upset, and we just create small problems bigger, so then we die ourselves. So that kind of this our human being due to ignorance we're doing. So long as you recognize precious human body, and then these small problems cannot affect us much, because we recognize we have this opportunity and very hard to get this precious human body. So we have that. Long as you cultivate that joy, happiness come from our mind. So then, and death comes quickly. So we also have to cultivate impermanent. Precious human body is impermanent. So precious human body is the same as we gathering in the zone together practicing. It's very hard to come in because many beings don't know. So no accepting also this teaching, some they don't recognize important, so due to ignorance. And so now we're gathering together, it seems a precious human body, but it's one click, everything go away. So that is impermanent. Last night, I did a mistake, I didn't recognize I'm hosting. So I click and everyone gone. So that's impermanent, something wrong or it's gone. So we think about all these natural disasters, and something wrong is everything one is gone. So small things, think about in the car, like 5 people, is something wrong, everyone gone. Think about in the bus, like maybe 50, 40 people, something wrong, everyone gone. So airplane, maybe 100 people, so something wrong, everyone gone. So think about that. Or then natural disasters, it's more than that affected. So we are actually same as just bugs, insects. It's still we are alive. This is incredible. So we have to recognize impermanent. It's very short term. Everything is very short. Same as we gathering here. So death comes quickly. Then when death comes, so what is important? Actions have their effects. See, action, cause and effect is affected. So create good karma is follow us, negative karma follow us. So that's why the virtuous deeds, our good company. So result is naturally happiness. Virtuous deeds result is naturally happiness. So no virtuous deeds is result is naturally suffering. So that's why our company is when we die, is only virtuous deeds and no virtuous deeds. So that's why we have to create virtuous deeds. So that is a natural law of phenomena. People accept karma cause and the effect, even they no accept the karma cause and the effect, doesn't matter. Karma affected for every being because it's a natural law of phenomena. And then, and the samsara is the terrors. So we have to recognize that this samsara is a suffering because the 6 realms, doesn't matter where we are born, is no one free from samsara, suffering. Actually, the point is no one free from suffering. This samsara is come from, causes of this afflictive emotions. So the afflictive emotion result is a suffering. We have to recognize it doesn't matter wherever we are reborn in whole this world. So good country or very difficult country, or have someone has a really good system, hospital or healthy, many health condition, something great, but actually that all is temporary. And no one free from death, no one free from sickness. So no one free from old age. and no one free from birth. So that's why samsara is a suffering means. We're not talking about the samsara doesn't have a temporary joy, happiness. So that's also called change of suffering, suffering of change. Suffering of change is happy and joy is changed to suffering. And that's a see when we reborn and young also great and then go to like old age, sick and death is a suffering. That's all changing. So we think something happened great, but actually we know so like so far what happened. So same thing, nothing different than that, anything. When we wanted to go to beautiful place, visited, also same thing. And we think, oh, we're going to get a good job and something happening, it's also same thing, nothing different. So we can learn other people what happened in all this like million years until no samsaric beings. So we are nothing different than that. We have to think about the cultivate, have to recognize that. So sometimes we exciting, we get something, but that's also very temporary. It's nothing actually essence truly good in the anything there. Just temporary everything. So we have to recognize that samsara is a suffering. So then this four of this helps put us in the path, on the path. So long as you cultivate precious human body, impermanent, cause and effect, defect of samsara, long as we cultivate this, then this practice put us in the spiritual path. So then we are going into spiritual path. We practice. This practice is Vajrasattva. So here is a visualization of the fold of merit. Those who protect us from the suffering of samsara and the lower realms, the deity who are the object of refuge, fill the whole of space. So who can protect us from the suffering of samsara and the lower realms? So that is the deity who are the object of refuge, fill the whole of space. So we have to take refuge to the Buddha. So only Buddha can protect us. So that's why we have to take refuge to the Buddha. Then also yesterday I shared with you, we say, okay, only Buddha can protect us, but you cannot misunderstanding. It's only Buddha can protect us. Buddha can protect us, but we have to do that. If we don't do, then Buddha cannot protect us. If Buddha give you what instructions, so we have to follow that, then Buddha can protect us. So if hurricane is coming, so someone say, okay, you go to shelter, and you don't go to shelter, then you're going to lose your life. So Buddha protect us means this samsara is a suffering. Buddha say, okay, how to he help us. Same is like hurricane comes, like go to shelter. So he telling us go to in this place. Don't go the area. There's more danger. So we have to listen to the teaching. So that's why it's Buddha can only show right path. Because he already went through that path. He knows. And he shared for us. So when Buddha enlightened, 7 weeks, he didn't share any teachings. His thing is like this teaching is so profound. What he realized, but he going to share is no one going to understand and no one going to listening. So he's silent 7 weeks. Then this the Jazin is a Tibetan. I know Samba and the Jazin, another the God's realms king. They went porching to Buddha, offering Kongsho and offering to this Dharma Chagra, Dharma where, and they asked recourse to Dharma teaching. So then Buddha look disabled. So he see this 5 disabled in Varanasi. So he went there, shared that teaching first. And then So after he shared these teachings, he went back into his kingdom, and there, of course, his father and all this whole kingdom ministers, everyone agreed they're offering kingdom for Buddha again. Ask him to take care of this kingdom yours. So Buddha said, no, I'm not belong to only this kingdom. I'm belong to all sentient beings. And I'm not only, it cannot be stuck only this, I have to show the path for everyone, So that is his compassion. He wanted to help every beings, not only just one group of the people, right? So that's why Buddha is enlightening. He have realized, he has compassion. He share for everyone. So that's then what Buddha shares, we have to follow that. So that's why Buddha is our refuge, protecting refuge. So today here, practice Vajrasattva, we have to visualize Vajrasattva. So Buddha Vajrasattva. So the Buddha Vajrasattva is like visualize in front of us, with us. And then we have to take refuge in the Guru and the three jewels. I take refuge. So Guru, and we talk about usually that, and who introduce nature mind. So that's usually called the spiritual Guru. And the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, we take refuge to them. So that is a refuge. So yesterday I talked with you already, and this refuge object is Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, or not only one. That is called dependent. So then this we in the Buddhist has like levels: Theravada tradition, Mahayana tradition, Vajrayana tradition. So Theravada tradition, basic first beginners, the Buddha is most important. Buddha. So there, Theravada we teaching talk about the Buddha is most important. Then Mahayana talk about the Dharma is most important. So Vajrayana is Sangha is most important. Become Sangha has Buddha, Dharma, Sangha have three together. So that's you just dependent, according to different levels teaching. Because beginner, first level, Buddha important. We don't know anything, so someone need to guide us. Then you are more, independent. Dharma is important. So then you practice Dharma, become your practitioner. Sangha is important because you are Buddha, you are Dharma, you are Sangha one day. So it's followed by outer level, inner level, and kind of secret levels. So then we take refuge, outer level, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Inner level, actually, we taking refuge our own Rigpa, true nature. So then taking refuge our love and compassion, these qualities, taking refuge wisdom. So some reasons we can say like our recognized true nature is Buddha, and wisdom, compassion, love is Dharma, and our then this body is Sangha. So truly taking refuge our own nature, inner level. So then take refuge, what we have to do, I generate love, compassion in the mind of bodhicitta. So this is the kind of like instruction, like follow the path, cultivate four thoughts meditation, take refuge, and then it's the cultivate bodhicitta with the love, compassion, and bodhicitta. I generate love and compassion in the mind of bodhicitta. So then the source of refuge merge into light and dissolve into me. So we visualize Vajrasattva and his retinues, or the lineage teachers, and dissolving to ourselves. Then and my own body become a mass of glowing radiant light. So our body is like radiating. So body become a mess of glowing, radiant lights. Kind of we visualize our body is not this ordinary physical, like, form, but become transformed to glowing, radiant lights. So then visualization and recitation Vajrasattva. Vajrasattva appear at my crown. So we visualize Vajrasattva and our crown, and from his body here flows a stream of nectar. So comes from the nectar from the Vajrasattva's follow a stream of nectar body. This this different lineages slightly visualize the difference. I think the Gonkaju tradition, the Vajrasattva's toe. So feet, right feet is a little bit odd. Then left hand is put cross inside, and then right toe is kind of more odd, and then toe is like the left right feet. So that toe is actually come out of the nectar falling into your crown. So that's usually the Digonkaju tradition. Vajrasattva has like that, but this is generally his body, or his body flows stream of nectar. Then to purify my illness, harmful influence, negative actions and obscurations. So we visualize this nectar fall into our body, purify my illnesses. So then we visualize this purifying our illness, disease, sickness too. So this actually disease, illness, sickness also causes emotion. So it's a karma. That's why we purifying karma. And from his body, there follow a stream of nectar. So we it's purifying my illness, harmful influences, negative actions and obscurations. So we visualize all this negativity is purifying. Then this the nectar falling to your crown, to your body is kind of wash inside everything. It's dark liquid. Yesterday we talked, come out through our, in these fingers between, and also your lower part of body, and then this dark liquid come out. Also, sometimes you can visualize like bugs, animals, insects, something, come out. So that's you have to visualize is negativity, it's not really animal, okay? So that's come out, and then open the earth. Yesterday already we shared open the earth, below your bottom to open the earth, and then all the way go down and inside under the earth. Has you think about alligator, and that kind of many teeth and the big mouth opened. So that is representing our the karmic imprint beings. So this dark liquid into the mouth, then this alligator, is satisfying. So he also received that, is become the alligator, kind of like we just mentally think that, and he satisfied, same time he joy, and he also purify karma too, not only ourselves purifying karma, but we visualizing come through dark liquid. But when alligator, the representative other beings, when they receive that, not the negativity, become is positive to their receiving. Same as Vajrasattva falling nectar for us, we purify, we visualize this dark liquid into them, so they also receive that is what they need, desire, fed for them. So they benefit for them. Sometimes we think, oh, I don't want to feed like negative something like, for them. But so when they receive, that is not negativity, that is positivity. Come out from our body is negative. When they receive it, that time is positive. no negative. We benefit for them. So that helps them purify their karma too. And then you can think about this. This also go to in the hell realms, purify their karma. They go to in the hungry ghosts, they purify their karma. So we can visualize all this, much what you like can do mentally, followed by all these 6 realms. And then that helps actually truly purify our this 6 realms karma. It's a very powerful method. So this is a generation stage. Like we created that, and then you don't have to analytical using there, or good or bad, or like thinking about how to say, investigating yourself. So then that this is just we create and use method purifying karma. So that's really helps actually truly our purify karma to not going to these realms, because we have so much karmic imprints to take birth in these realms, or this is purifying. And then you can cultivate a love of compassion or these different beings, create a love of compassion. It's a very powerful practice. So how long we have to do is like depend on your mind, like if you do yourself, you can focus only one realm and the kind of your fear like satisfied, then you can move to other one or something, so that's the way this purify awareness, harmful influences, negative actions, and obscurations. So then we chant Om Benza Sato Hong, Om Benza Sato Hong, Om Benza Sato Hong, much ever we can chant. After Vajrasattva merges into light and dissolve into me. So the Vajrasattva crown that is become light and dissolve to our body. So and my own body become a mass of glowing radiant light. So our body is become also glowing radiant lights, or you can visualize your body is become Vajrasattva. So it's Buddha. Then next is I see. So next is Mandala Offering. So we don't have to do that part. And so this is followed by this 4, like 4 preliminary practice. Take refuge and Vajrasattva, and then they have Mandala offerings. Then it's a Guru Yoga. So that's the preliminary practice. This is sadhana is just generally whole preliminary practice together. It's created by the Shakar Soto Rander who shared this Garuda teaching. So now we practice this one together. Namo Guru. The freedoms and the advantages are hard to find, and death comes quickly. Actions have their effects, and the samsara its terrors. On this I shall reflect. Namo Guru. The freedom and the advantages are hard to find, and death comes quickly. Actions have their effects, samsara its terrors. On the I shall reflect. Tam Namo Guru Tam Joron Yigan Chewa Nyordo Lemden Korwe Nime Sambarsa. Visualization of the first of merit. Those who protect us from the suffering of samsara and the lower realms, the deity who are the object of refuge, fill the whole space. Korwa Menson Donga Lejo Pe Jabior Lazo Namka Kanwar Jo. In the Guru and the 3 jewels, I take refuge. Lama Gonjo Somlai Jabsen Che. Lama Gonjo Somlai Jabsen Che. Only one sentence is refuge. and generate love, compassion, and mind of bodhicitta. Samdang ninje sancho semji do. Samdang ninje sancho semji do. One sentence only bodhicitta too. And then next visualization. The source of refuge merged into light and dissolved into me, and my own body becomes a mass of glowing radiant light. Chavyo la zo uje rang la tem, rang len dan sara uje pung bo jur, jewo dorsen kele derze pa, nyange ne don de da bar jo. Vajrasattva appeared at my crown, and from his body there followed a stream of nectar that purify my illness, harmful influences, negative actions, and obscurations. Om Benza Sato Hong, Om Benza Sato Hong, Om Benza Sato Hong. So we chant the Vajrasattva and I do transformation same time. Ngendo nyundi joso namonguru damjoro nigon chuwa nyordo hong lemden korwe ni me sambara sang korwa ni so dunga lecho jayo la so nangka kangwar yubara jo lama gongjo soma jabzen je samdang ninje sangjo semje dolin jere yula jayo la so uja rang la ten rang lin dar sang uja pongbo jo dorsan gomdene jiwo dorsan kule dirse pa rangke ne don de ta para Om Benza Sato Hong, Yija de la Dorsan Uja, Ude Shene Rang La Ten, Rang Lin Dansa, Uja Pongbo Jor, So Yene Sin Lang Do Chandam Benze Pe, So Yena So Nanga Kangwara Yo. Ne So Geve Chika Monde Se, So Kenye Jendo Don Si Para Yo. Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Hong. Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Hong. Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Hong. Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Hong. Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Om ben zar sa do hong, 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 om ben zar sa do hong. Om ben zara sa do hong, om ben za 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 om ben za sa do hong, om ben za sa do hong, om ben za sa do hong, om ben za sa do hong. Ben za sa do hong, 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 ben za ben za sa do hong, 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 ben za sa Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za Om ben zar sa do hong, om ben zar sa do hong, om ben za 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 sa Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za sa Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za sa Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za sa do Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za sa Om ben za sa do hong, 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 ben za Om ben za sa do hong, 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 ben za Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za sa Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za Om ben za sa do hong, 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 om ben za sa Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Sa Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Sa Do Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Sa Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Sa Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Sa Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Sa Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Sa Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Sa Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Zar Om Ben Zar Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Om ben za za do hong, 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 om ben za za do hong. Ben za za do hong, 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 ben za Om ben za za do, 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 om ben za za om ben za za do, 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 om ben za om ben za za do吽，om 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 ben za om ben za za do hong, 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 om ben za om ben za za do hong, 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 om ben za om ben za za do hong, 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 om ben za om ben za za do hong, 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 om ben za om ben za za do hong, 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 om ben za om ben za za do吽，om 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 ben za om ben za za do吽，om 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 ben om ben za za do 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 om ben za om ben za za do 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 om ben za om ben za za do 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 om ben za om ben za za do 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 om ben om ben za za do 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 om ben om ben za za do 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 om ben za om ben za za do 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 om ben om ben za za do 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 om ben za om ben za za do 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 om ben我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早。我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们。我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早早动，我们早。 Om Ben Za Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Za Om Ben Za Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Za Om Ben Za Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Za Sa Om Ben Za Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Za Sa Om Ben Za Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Za Om Ben Za Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Za Om Ben Za Sa Do Hong, 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 Om Ben Za Sa Do我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们。我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动。我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋。我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动。我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动。我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们。我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋咋动，我们咋。我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋啥动，我们咋。我们做了啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们。我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋。我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋。我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们咋啥动？我们 Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do, 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 om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza sa Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza sa do Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza Om benza sa do hong, 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 om benza 我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早。我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早。我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早都红，我们早早。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这。我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这啥都红，我们这 Om Benzer Sato Hong, 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 Om Benzer Sato Om Benzer Sato Hong, 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 Om Benzer Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato Om Benza Sato Hong, 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 Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sato 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 Om Benza Sado, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sado, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sado, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sado, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sado, 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 Om Benza Om Benza Sado, 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 Om Benza Sado. So now we're going to chant the Vajrasattva, long one, 3 times. If you didn't have memorized, so you can chant Om Benza Sato Hong. You can stay with Om Benza Sato Hong. If you have memorized 100 syllables, so then follow us. Om Benza Sato Samaya Mani Palaya Benza Sato Tino Di Chan Jendo Me Bawa So de gayo me ba wa so be gayo me ba wa ane ra do me ba wa sarva se de menjayan sarva karma se zai me se dai yan guru ho ha ha ho bangave Sarva Dada Gada Benzar Mame Menza Benzar Ba Ma Samaya Sado Om Benzar Sato Samaya Mani Balaya Benzar Sato Dino Ba Di Chan Jendo Me Ba Wa So De Kayo Me Ba Wa So Be Kayo Me Ba Wa Ane Ra Do Me Ba Wa Sarva Se De Men Jayan Sarva karma se zai me se dan she yang kure hong ha ha ho bangave sarva da dan gada benzar mame benzar benzar ba ma samaya Sado Om Benzar Sato Samaya Mani Palaya Benzar sato dino pa ti chan ro me bawa. So de kayo me bawa. So de kayo me bawa. Ane rakto me bawa. Sarwai se de menjayans. Sarvai karmai setai me setan shayan kuru hong. Ha 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 ho bangawe. Sarva dadan gadan benzer mami menz. Benzer ba mo samoya soto. So now we go to this short sadhanas, page second. The Vajrasattva merge into light and dissolve into me. The short one. Vajrasattva merge into light and dissolve into me. And my own body become a mass of glowing, radiant light. Dorse wode jene rang la tem, rang le dan zara uje bombo jo. Short meditation. So now we go to the long sadhana, the longer one, the Vajrasattva. Om mantra Om Benzara Sato Hong Om Benzara Sato Hong Om Benzara Sato Hong Om Benzara Sato Hong. So the Hong I hereby dedicated, so that part. Okay, Hong. I hereby dedicate this and all merit accrued throughout the three times to the welfare of all infinite beings. May each and every one of them safely achieve the state of Vajrasattva. Tibetan. Honden zon de song ge talen roe dong de mo. Genjan dorje sembaye compagnon de barjo. May all that appears be purified as an endowment of Kaya, the deity's form. May all songs perfected as a mantra, the deity's speech. May all memorize and thoughts nature within the deity's wisdom mind. And may all be auspicious, excellent, and splendid. Om Ganan Gye Jinde Da 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 Na Je Ro War Zo Ten Do To Je Ngang De Ni Pen So Ban Ba Cha Shi Yo. Dedication. Dorje Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa, Malarepa, Dharma Lord Gambopa, Pamotropa, and Lord Digompa. Please bestow upon us most auspicious blessings of all Kaju Lamas. By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies' confusion. May all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where is unborn may arise, where is born may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray that the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities are purified wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As magicians, they will realize ultimate state, and as did Samantha, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddhas who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I shall bear fruit. By this virtue, collected in the three times, by myself and all beings in samsara and the nirvana, and by in the rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Guru Gompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, everyone.
Tempo, a couple people have asked if you could do transmission of both sadhanas today, in case people missed yesterday.
I did the short one today already.
Okay.
Yeah, so long one, yes, I can do now. Yes.
I did receive some requests, Kempo, did you give the entire concise preliminary or just for the Vajrasattva? Some people thought.
Only Vajrasattva.
Okay, they were asking about receiving the whole sadhana, so if that's possible.
So this is the long one. Japsa Dovane, Namo, Dene Sanjo Nibiba, Reda Jingo Japsa Da, Lama Durji Sambala, Yiji Deve Japsa, Senjine, Kanyan Dovan Tata Ken, Tende Salavo Yonser, Linga Yiji Zumba Ken, Sanjo Lamdan Dharma, Zadane, Aranda Jeden Japsa, Pekar David Dender, and the Pate Durji Sempe, Saradawa Jipenda, Shadisani Dodanam. Long Jezo Jedong Yo, Yishu, the Sojan Drone, the Yingo Lamesa, Timalama Dorjason, and Jatanja Gone, the Sonia Senjina, Tujis and Barzo, Tometine Tower, Linga Jedona, Jetakoto Sonda, no Jutapi Torjasha. Sinjasola of Jojam, and Amajina, and the Mutin Jizula, Jamisaka, Dada Sanjitam Jet, and Jakanda Jane, Joda Mongo, the Bazuchis, and the Jison, the Toyosam, Gono, Benza Sato Home, Bumtaja, then at Savatamsania Basan, Euro Sama, ya. On the Zogan, Dalendo, the Dongo, and the Doji, somebody, Command the Barju, Om, Kananko, Yajin, the Hajar, and talking on the Pinto, Bombarda, Jivan, the Melon, Davas, and Bessie, Jujel, and Avon, and some people come down, but Sally Shavata, lower trip. Sutrum to Major Triba, Gavarjo, Logi, Don Gubja, Gubjuk of the Dawa, Jebesi, Jubding Lao. Okay, other one. Horting Namo, Mindo Yundi Yoso, Namongoro, Tamjunigan. Samjoranigan Chivanyo Dong, let me go when you may Sambarza, Jibada Salandan, so Yen Sarwan and Kovang is on the Jobe, Yolatona, Kamar Yubara, Jordan, Jambon, Lama, Kunjoson, Jefferson. Jefferson, Jess, and Jenes, and Ninjas, and Jess, and Jede, Nature, Jula, Javiola, Ujaranga, Ranlin, Dasa, Uja Pumbo, Dorson, Gondene, Jew Dorson, Collet, Dorsa, Parangan, they don't did a Taparajo, Benta Saton, Ija Dela. Dorson was the general, Ranlin, Dasa, Uja Pumbo, so Yen, Mandarch, so Yen, Simlam, Medochar, Tambenze, so Yen Lazonanga, Kawara, Yoten, Mandan Bowane, and Joy Jeter, Mandan Borigines in Langadosar, the so she imports so Yen Lasso, Ujaranga, then Ralling Dancer, Uja Pumbo, Lamanam Jone, was Sinterpayman, yet the Dindanga. Then the Lama Dorjan Yobarjo Chamnek in the Sava Lama Sovan, so Daju Sinjelo, Shichimando. Lame Tenzen J1 Yokoro, the General Temperature Lame, Todaran, say, mean the same tons of chicken on la Yaten, Homon, and don't give a chicken on the say. Zokan Rodon say para show Sonan de Damjezibani, Tomani Bedana Banze. Chiganam Jebalon to buy it, Zibran Sol and Dova, Drover, Jambarba, which other Kimbadan, and the Zambote and the Jinde, the dark and Jis Dalo. Gewan the Datam Jeradum Ho, Shizakin the Kinchin Chijet, and the Nella one of the Gombar and Chimparjet, embossing the Bershade of Tisan Gombens in Georgia. Thank you. Okay, have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, Kempula. Thank you so much. for your-
Thank you, Chair. Bless you. Bless you all.
Bye.
Bless
Thank
you.
you, Kempo.
Bye.
Kempo, you're
See you
wonderful,
tomorrow.
Kempo.